Hi, I am going to walk you through real quick what really is the difference for the while loop and the do while loop. So to start, most of our loops are always going to start with defining like our counter. And in this case, our counter can actually be like the answer itself. So I'm just going to say let first answer, because I'm going to do this, first answer equals 0. Okay, that's just where I'm starting my counter. And then I'm going to say let first message, because I'm going to have some form of output, and it's going to be an empty string. So basically I'm defining first answer as a number at this point and first message as a string. Then I'm going to start my while loop. Now, VS Code is amazing, and it's actually going to allow you to set your while statement up just boom. Okay, so now it automatically tells you, okay, here's where you need to put the condition. So let's say that I want to run this loop as long as first answer is less than 16, let's say. Okay, so now I have to do some sort of, what's my block of code? What am I running? So let's see, how about I'm running first answer, and then I'm changing it from, 0, it's starting at 0, and now I'm going to say, well, I want to do first answer plus 1. Let's say that, okay? And so I'm going to start at 0, and this is going to be put in. It's checking here, okay, wow, okay, 0 is less than 16, sure, so then it's reassigning 0 plus 1, so my output should be 1. Now, as I was as I was doing the examples of these, I forgot to always increment. Plus plus. Okay. Now plus plus means plus 1. I could have done plus 2 or plus 3, whatever, an equation, all sorts of things. So, but that's what I'm doing here, so that eventually it will stop based on this condition, because otherwise it would never stop. Okay, so now I have first answer. So now I want to make let's make a message real quick, right? First message is going to equal, I'm just going to put first answer, plus we're going to use the inner HTML method so that we can have them on separate lines, put quotation marks, and do my element, my break element. Let's close that up. All right, so in order for it to actually output, I need to put that over here. So I have written out document.getElement by ID. I have the element, and then I'm saying inside that element, B1, which is, let's see over here, B1 is here. Then I'm going to write to that. Oops, okay. Oh, okay. How about I just move everything? All right, so this is actually going to, I'm going to put something in there because otherwise I don't think the code would run. Okay, so, all right, I'm going to need to delete everything above here. This is for, look, that was the answers. Okay, so let's go over. All right, save this. Now I have it on autosave because I installed a bunch of extensions to make it, and there should be a video about that. So right now I'm going to use my live server. I already have a port open. I'm not sure that's the right port. I have to start from the HTML. I'm going to stop my port, disposing, and I'm going to click go live again. Over here, all I have is 15. Well, that's weird. Let's see what happened. Let's see. Okay. What are we doing? First, let's get rid of that. let's get rid of this. Okay, so if I look at this loops, I've got as long as first answer is less than 16. I'm saying first answer is going to equal first answer plus 1. And then, oh my gosh, look at what I'm doing. I'm always writing over first message because I'm not concatenating correctly. Look at that. So there's only 1 because basically what it's doing is it's running through this and it's replacing over and over and over. But once I put the plus in here, plus equals, which is concatenating, oops. Now, aha, here we go. I've got the 1 through 15 because that's everything less than 16. And interestingly enough, these are all odd numbers. And then I have my weight in because I'm going to do that next. Okay, so what I want to show you is really the difference between a do while. In this, we started at 0, okay? And if I do the do while exactly the way that this is set up, let's start here. And I'm just going to change it to second answer, right? Let's do second answer. I'll just do sec. Okay, second message. Okay, and now if I start my do, and look at that. It knows I have a do while statement and it gives me everything I need. So the while condition is going to be the same. I'm still going to have this first answer, right? I'm going to have this as my condition. But it's going to be a second answer. I'll fix that in a second. Oops. Okay. Okay, so I'm doing sec answer. Okay, so now rather than my condition, so I have my condition, my block of code is before. So that means it's going to execute before, okay, before it even gets to the condition. And so that changes things, not in this case. There's only certain cases where this is going to change things. Let me sec. But I'm going to have everything else the same. Okay, so I'm having everything else the same. What's going to be different? Change this weight. And now this is sec message. There we go. Let's see what happens. So let me save this. Dun, 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 dun. Oh. Something happened. Hold on. Let's see. There's going to be a problem. Second answer plus 1. Starting at 0. Second answer, as long as second answer is less than 16. Okay, it's loading and loading, which means that there's a problem. Let's see. Let's save this, and let's see. Let's stop it. Well, you know what? I'm just going to cut out of there. I'm going to close out my port, and I'm going to try that one more time. Let's see what happens. Nope, sorry. Okay, so to make sure I'm on my HTML, close it out, go live. There we go. Okay, I should probably put a message here. But as we can see, it's the exact same thing. So can you imagine? Oh, sorry, should have put it in C1. Let's change that just so we can see it a little bit better. Okay. So there we go. That makes more sense. So can you imagine what the case is going to be when these are going to be different? It's actually kind of hard. So it's going to be different when basically like the condition is already fulfilled. So if I change the first answer, like the very first, to 16, right? And I say, okay, the second answer is 16. One of them is going to produce nothing, and the other one is going to produce something. So which one is going to do that? Let's see. Aha. Okay, so the do while loop, the answer is over 16, right? But it already went through that. It said, okay, the second answer, because there's no condition before this do. So it's kind of like the function's run already. And then now, oh, by the way, it's only while it's less than 16. So it's already ran. 16 has already been run, you know. So the moment I put, you know, yeah, like anything less than 16, as long as I put that in, it's not going to run. So there's certain cases where this is probably this is going to be a thing, right? So actually, our guess the number game, the while, if you go and look at that, if your guess is the same as the random number, then it's not going to do it, right? Then it's gonna just run it once and then it's gonna stop. So a do while loop is what's used there. Do while is often what is used, but yeah, there's lots. These are the while versus do while.